Guruji, I have many friends in the audience and on the stage whom I'd like to recognize. Jagdish, KS. Off stage, I have Mahesh Bhai and Lata Ben. I have Dr. Kshama Bhatia, my business partner. I have Mukesh from Anubhuti, a colleague trainer. And I have members of the academy team with me. I am who I am because of what I have faced. And therefore, God has been kind to me in sending me those experiences which have forged me into the Parimal Gandhi that you see standing in front of you. These have all been stepping stones. They have not been obstacles. I have always taken them as prasad from God. And I can't say I'm delighted, but I will certainly say I'm grateful and thankful that all these things have happened to me. In Gujarati, I love to say, dukh che, પણ હું દુઃખી નથી. And this differentiation we need to make in our minds if we are going to succeed in achieving bliss. You know, when KS and I were discussing this, we were talking about me speaking about happiness. Happiness is a relatively temporary phenomenon. I have spoken about it many times. But KS then very cleverly changed the subject to equanimity and bliss, which are spiritual concepts. They are not about smiling. They are not about being just happy. But they are about achieving something far, far beyond. And in a way, I'm very thankful that KS did that because it gave me the opportunity to think about these matters. You know, in some ways I feel that I'm really not qualified to speak about equanimity and bliss. Practically, I have applied it in my life. But can I speak about it theoretically? The answer is no. Both are some things that these are things that you experience rather than talk about. But I will make an attempt. And Guruji is sitting here. Pardon me if I'm talking about something which is a little nonsensical. Pardon me for that. But मेरे दिमाग में जो विचार आ रहे हैं, उनके बारे में मैं बोलना चाहूँगा आपके साथ. These are mainly based on my own experiences, from which I have attempted to learn. There are 3 stages of knowledge. And Guruji, this is quoted from you. The first stage is pustak, knowledge in the book. So many times we buy the book, or as in this case, you are listening to me presenting. So you buy the book, you read it, and from pustak it appears in the mastak. Pustak knowledge, mastak knowledge is useless. The more and more, we trained over 100,000 participants. And I think within the first 100 participants, we realized knowledge which is not applied is no good. It's what you give, it's what you use that is relevant. तो आज का दिन भी आप ऐसा ही सोचिए, what can I take back with me which I will use? Implementation is critical. So, number 1, if you don't use it, you lose it. So please implement, take back one thing at least. From this entire set of 2, you're going to hear 2 presentations. And please take that one thing and use it, at least one. Second, Swami ja rahe hain, and alive in my mind is the experience of a friend of mine who said, who was sharing this with me, that there was a huge queue of people that wanted to meet Pramukh Swami Maharaj, His Highness, His Holiness. And He came, it was his turn, everybody got half a minute or 1 minute at the most. He went up to him and he said, Babji, bahut dukh થાય છે. Simple question, simple difficulty. Babji said to him something which is incredibly simple and incredibly profound at the same time. That's his way. He said, Beta, દુઃખ થાય એવી ચીજો ના કરવી. Do not do things which make you unhappy. It seems simplistic almost. But what a wonderful thing to say, because we are the cause primarily of our own unhappiness. किसी ने कुछ किया, मुझे कुछ हो गया, okay, that's one level. But most of the times, what makes us unhappy, and please think about it, there isn't time enough for me to give you examples, मैं अपने आप को दुखी करता हूँ. Usually. Next. So, the second technique is stop doing things that make you unhappy. Give this a thought. At least that is in my hands. Somebody comes and says something to me, somebody drives crazily in traffic and hurts me. ये मेरे हाथ में नहीं है. मगर मैं ही फास्ट चला के भाग रहा हूँ and I have an accident with somebody and I hurt myself. Now that was in my hands. I could have started earlier. Avoid toxic people. These are the people who are born to make us unhappy. But we are not born to be with them all the time. Avoid them. Many of them we can avoid, some we can't avoid. It cannot be helped. If they are members of the family and I have got to live with them, well, too bad. Then that's my karma. But I can certainly avoid people who are avoidable. I don't have to have lunch with them. I don't have to have dinner with them. मैं किसी और टेबल पे जाके खा सकता हूँ. उनके तरफ नहीं देखूँ, ऐसा मैं कर सकता हूँ. I can definitely have a word with them and try to, help them, but हर कोई अपनी बात नहीं सुनता. If I am unwilling to bring a change in my life to claim happiness, then it's not going to happen for me. What is insanity? Insanity is continuing to do the same things and expecting different results. If I do the same things, it follows logic, it follows science, it follows the law of nature. कि मैं बबूल बोलते जाऊंगा तो मुझे कोई आम का पेड़ मिलने वाला नहीं. आम का पेड़ चाहिए तो मुझे आम बोना पड़े. Some time ago, my circumstances had caught hold of me, and I was in the Sterling gym, right in the basement, right in the corner of the basement, in the steam room. और मैं ये सोच रहा था कि यार ये क्या हो रहा है मेरे साथ. And I was sweating away. I was all by myself, and I had this realization. I need to resolve to be happy. And I'm talking about happiness at the, at a very kind of surface level. I simply made a resolution that day. I am going to be happy. हम भूल जाते हैं, ये सब करते क्यों? Why do I do all this? For what? To be happy. तो क्यों ना वही चीजें करें which are going to make us happy. क्यों हम ऐसी चीजें करते रहते हैं जिससे हम दुखी होते हैं? So please resolve that you will make yourself and the people around you happy. But first of all, you have to make yourself happy. કુવામાં હશે તો અવાડામાં આવશે. कुएं में होगा पानी तो आप सबको दे पाएंगे, कुएं में ही पानी नहीं होगा तो क्या होगा? There is nothing that you can have to give to anybody. Unhappy people cannot make others happy. They can only make them unhappy. So what really makes us happy? It's interesting, I see so many empty seats here. Either they are already happy or they are pursuing some things which appear on the next slide. Money, home, Saturday evening has, okay, friends, family, prestige, vacations, Facebook or Facebook पे likes, WhatsApp. मेरे सामने मेरा बेस्ट फ्रेंड बैठा है और मैं busy with my lap and so on, serials, movies. This is where we are spending our time. Let's realize. Now, all of us are at least 30 years old, I think. I don't see too many youngsters here. We will live maybe another 40 years. It's a very simple calculation, 3,650 days every decade. If I'm going to live another 40 years, I have maybe 15 to 16,000 days left. आप गिन सकते हो. You can count the number of days that you will remain alive. Be optimistic. Live until 100, no issues. But even that is a countable number. अब क्या करना है? यही चलते रहना है, इसी के पीछे. Some time ago I realized that about 80% of the things that are in my home I have not looked at or wanted or needed in the last 5 years. And I still have them. 80% of the things. And there is even more stuff in here जिसको खाली करने की जरूरत है. अब ये मैं कब करने लगूंगा? And I hope that your story is different, but I doubt it. कि हमको सोचने की जरूरत है that how much baggage are you going to carry around with us? Physical and mental. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. All trainers love to conduct training on this subject. Mukesh will agree with me, and so will Shama. We have physical needs, roti, kapda, makan. Security needs. I like to feel that I'm safe. And then we have recognition needs, and we have esteem needs, and we have, in the times of when Maruti had just started, I used to say all of us need an esteem on top of needing esteem. And then we have self-actualization needs, which is the feeling that my fullest potential is being used. I'm going to play some music for you, just to give you a break from what I'm talking about. But this music is chosen for a reason. So please listen to the words carefully, because they relate to what I'm saying. This is what most of us are pursuing. And like Jagdish said earlier, we climb up the ladder of success to find out that the ladder is resting on the wrong wall. उधर जाने की कोई ज़रूरत ही नहीं. It's very interesting. I started taking some classes on Vedanta and spirituality subjects. I find it so fascinating. Quite truthfully, the first feeling that I got after the first lecture was, all my life I've been teaching the wrong things. But my teacher rushed to assure me that in our scriptures, they are not saying कि सब छोड़ के चले जाओ जंगल. They are saying that this is life is a railway train that moves on 2 tracks. The first track, which they call Aparavidya, is management, leadership, commercial pursuits. The second track is the track of spirituality. And we are fortunate to have been born in this soil. ये technology अपने पास है. And there are hundreds of people, including one of our best teachers, right here, at whose feet we can learn. So मैं ये आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ, they are saying it is not that you don't need money, because if you are hungry, it's difficult to take. Your light stomach, yes, but hungry, no. So you will need clothes which keep you warm or cool. You will need food. You will need shelter. But the moment you pursue that more, the moment you go in that direction more,